Hi, everybody. I'm Ash, the creative realtor. I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of perspective of how the creative realtor came about and what does it mean when working with me as a creative realtor. Um, so I want to give you a little bit of background. So let's dive in and explore what that really means. So for me, I had a very hard time trying to figure out where I fit in real estate. Everything was built on tradition, transaction, and how many sales you can make. And that was never my intention. My intention was to really kind of get into the field, learn it a little bit, and understand the home buying process. So I started to feel like really, really stuck and uncomfortable. And I was like, well, it's not that I don't want to learn about the field, the business, or help people buy homes. It was more so that I didn't have passion in what I was doing. And that bothered me a whole lot because I was like, if I'm going to stick to something, I want to be passionate about what I'm actually doing and how I'm impacting and helping other people through the home buying process. So creative realtor came from me trying to incorporate my passion, my art, which is writing and journaling and sometimes poetry, into what I do, with also helping people build their self awareness and identity. Um, my poetry and writing is usually built on my own self awareness. So when I express myself, it's 9 times out of 10 going to be something that's like, oh, I came to this realization about myself, or I needed to build who I am to understand others a little bit more and kind of guide them along their journeys. So that's how the incorporation happened when it came to, well, how do I blend this into real estate? It became, well, if I can help people build themselves on the inside and then give them, um, help them find a home that reflects who they are and their lifestyle, that's what I wanted to do the most. Um, so, yeah, that's how creativity kind of blended into real estate there. As a creative, we are looking at life in different perspectives and trying to see how we can bring joy through our art. And for me, I wanted creatives when working with me to feel welcome and to feel comfortable being who they are and living in their truth when I'm guiding them through the home buying process or the beginning stages of understanding who they are as a client. So, starting with me as the creative realtor, when working with me, I want you to feel very comfortable. I want you to feel welcomed in living your truth and your expression and who you are as an artist. I am a creative first, so that for me is very important as far as where I see myself living long term. Um, so when working with a creative, I want to be able to be like, hey, this process is long, it's draining. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel like we can share space together. We can talk about what you like, your traits, what um, lifestyle you live when it comes to shopping, when it comes to, oh, I'm artsy. So maybe I want to be in old Colorado City because it's filled with art. It's all of the things. Or something along the lines of, I'm minimalistic. I don't really care about all of the art, but I do need my peace and quiet. And then we can look up somewhere further up north if that fits you. Um, so I'm like a creative guide first. We got to understand your bigger picture because buying a home is a big part of your life and it's a big part of your finances. And we want to make sure that you're satisfied with where you're living, how you're creating, Like if you're in an environment that doesn't inspire you, then more than likely you're not creating anything, right? So I'm like, I'm thinking from the creative's perspective of where do I want to place myself that's going to help me thrive in the passion that I have in my art, or that's going to help me build more authentically in my truth versus trying to go out and find inspiration. And as a creative, there's nothing absolutely wrong with trying to go out and find inspirations because we do have our creative blocks. It's more so of, can I wake up in the morning and say, you know, I'm a full-time artist today and I want to feel inspired just by the place that I live. And I want to come up with ideas that thrives into something bigger than just me because I, as an artist, serve humanity. So for me, it's like, I want to know your art. I want to know what makes you excited about creating your art. Um, what does that environment look like for you? Does that mean that you thrive on being a part of a busy city area where it attracts a lot of locals or tourists, even like old Colorado City? Or if you're downtown Colorado Springs and you get ignited off of like nightlife, right? I want to know what makes you as an artist become the artist that you are. So that's that's my angle when it comes to real estate. I am not a transactional realtor. I am very much so, hey, let's connect. This is a community. This is art. This is what we are, more than likely humanitarians. So our art speaks volumes. We are activists. We are poets. We are, um, you know, just people who like to draw murals on the side of buildings and give people inspiration as they pass by because they're like, oh my God, like it speaks to me, all of the things, right? But as I work with my client, I want to make sure that you feel comfortable sharing space with me. I want to make sure that um, you understand step by step that the home buying process is overwhelming. It's complicated, and it's one thing to feel uncomfortable because you're talking about things that you probably never talked about before in your life or understood before in your life. But it's another thing about being comfortable learning about it in the process with someone who can relate to you, or um, someone who can understand you as a creative. So that is pretty much my angle of how I bring my art and what I do and my passion into real estate, because I feel like for me personally, it's harder for me to learn in a space that doesn't inspire me. Um, it's hard for me to create in a space that doesn't inspire me. So I'm very intentional of how I create my spaces and who I share my spaces with. And I just want to make whoever I work with, whether you're a creative, I personally feel like everyone's a creative, but I want to work with people that align with me, that feels like I align with them so they can align with the life that they truly want to live. And especially during the journey of their um, building the life that they want to live, it's hard. Like we're sometimes moving houses, we're moving states, we're coming into a new state. So I want to build based on where that person is in their journey at the time. But yeah, that's me, Ash, the creative realtor. Um, but I'm happy to let you into my world and give you a little insight of why I went the angle that I did, because um, it's not it's not a typical angle, and I understand that people want to understand my approach, and so I am open to sharing and explaining that with you, and hopefully we can work together sometime in the future. So I will catch you next time on the next video, and if you have something that you'd rather me touch on a little bit more, we can definitely make a video about that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.